150 driving from Crab Orchard to Brodhead. Brodhead would be just up the ways a bit. Coming into Brodhead. George Bishop's store used to be right there. Right's where the Brodhead Fair used to be. Just up top of the hill, we turn onto Negro Creek. Now we're on Negro Creek Road. We're having an accident right here. I was a young kid. Car sideswiped. A lot more homes and newer homes than when I remember as a kid. Trailers. building straight ahead right there used to be the schoolhouse. It's where all the kids used to go to school here. Uncle Denver used to live in this little white house over here to the left. And all this land that back through here was my grandparents. It's grown up quite a bit. This house right up over this curve right here is where my grandparents. That's where my grandparents, Nathan Brummett and Sally Ann Bishop, used to live. Spent many summer days there. To the left used to be a lot of grapevines. Back down below the barn, that's where Negro Creek is, right along that tree line. The cemetery's right here, and we'll be stopping up there in just a minute. Looks like there's some people here already. Getting ready to decorate, I guess. Yep. Huh? What?
What do you mean?
Remember the first one we went up there, the tall, skinny? Behind over here is my Uncle Denver. He just passed away a couple years ago. This back of the tombstones list the children of Nathan and Sally Ann. Over here is Sarah Bell Bishop. I believe oldest daughter of Noah and Martha Burke Bishop. This is Jonathan Bishop, son of Noah Francis Bishop and his first wife, one that went to Missouri. And over here is his wife. There's really no dates except the March 1874. I take that being his birth date. This is Sally Ann Bishop. I don't know if that would be Jonathan or it'd be maybe Noah's mother. Here we're looking at the cemetery, Negro Creek Cemetery. Up on the hill there is the church. We just had a nice little visit with some of my uncles, brothers to my mother. Had a good talk. Hadn't seen them in a while. I believe this here would be the father of Noah Bishop's second wife, Callie Adams. Be Callie's father. There's the church, hanging around. Looking back down the creek, through them trees is the barn where my grandparents, you know, right there, that was their house. The area's really grown up a lot since I remember. A lot more trees around this fence. This used to all be cleared out. You could just look around anywhere. Family putting up the tombstone. That house yonder was one of the children of Sarah Bell lived there. It's my son Matt. He's 10. I'll show off. Here's the burial site for Noah Francis Bishop and his third wife, Martha Bell Burke Bishop. I think some of the dates may be wrong for Martha. Maybe the birth date may be a couple years off. And over here, that's Jonathan and Sally Ann, Noah's parents. Also parents of your William. My grandmother's brother, George Grant Bishop, married Pauline Brummett, who was a sister to my grandfather, Nathan. Back over here is Jonathan again. Here's my grandfather's grandparents. James Brummett. The birth year, I believe, is wrong. Should be about 1856 or 7. And his wife, Perlina, her name was actually Lucy Perlina Helton. That's another wife of my great-grandfather, George Brummett. These are 3 cousins of mine. All 3 died in a fire in 1955. Laying in hay in a barn. Tragic. Now one final look. Noah's. And Noah's parents, Jonathan and Sally. This place has really grown up. So this place has really grown up. These 2 of these fences, you could stand there and look down. There was a pond right below the hill on the other side of that fence. I bet the pond's all filled in by now. I believe that's my Uncle Dempsey up there, Uncle Demp, my mom's brother. He's the one with the dark hat on. The cemetery. We're going to head on up the creek, Negro Creek Road. Right there on the right used to be Brummett's Grocery. Been a distant cousin of my grandfather. I was asking my mom earlier about who owned the old Bishop home place that belonged to Noah. And I knew it was one of Noah's sons, Jim, and thought it was one of his children that owned it. And just so happened when we got down here, I met him, Doug Bishop. I believe this is it coming up. House on the right, I'm not sure how much, but that might be, I'm not sure if this is it or not. No, this ain't it. I'll be up around the other bend. believe my uncle and them, his wife used to live right there in Denver. Used to live in that little shack. This might have been part of the old Bishop place. That could have been. Or maybe this one on up here. I'm a bit confused on this right now. I think this might have been it on up here. Not sure. Creek's over there along the tree line. I wish I could give a better narrative. Should have my cousin Liv along. She'd know most of this. She knows about where the old house and home was. Little valley's grown up quite a bit since I was little. Well, this turnoff right here is Bishop Road. I don't think I've ever been up through there. Remember, right here on this right, there used to be a little old log, little shack somebody used to live in. Just boards. I hadn't really noticed, but it looks like the creek's getting a lot narrower now. House right there, my aunt's Myrtle, her husband grew up at. He's 80, be 88 in October. I believe they called this Helton Hill. We're getting up above the creek now. And we're back at the church. We went in and visited for a minute. They were having a dinner. And I'd say half the people there were family. I believe all my mom's living siblings, brothers, all that Almost all of them. I've seen all of them since I've been down here now. Anyway, follow this road here on out. It takes you back out to 39, which runs from Crab Orchard to Somerset. We'll turn around and head back down the creek again. Going back down Helton Hill. Anyway, down where my grandparents lived in the wintertime, it looked like something from out of the Waltons TV show.
Never seen it.
Not as many, well, there wasn't as many homes back then. I mean, I'm talking 25, 30 years ago. Wasn't as many homes, and all this land up and down through here was farmed. Now a lot of it's growed up, and just not as much of it being farmed. So there's just a lot more weeds, tall grass, trees. Look at that skunk.
Where?
Right there. See the skunk in the road?
It's not in the road. It's alive.
It's off the road.
Ew, skunk. Nice little skunk. Ew.
Turn off for Bishop Road. Not sure who lives up there.
Nobody.
Oh wow, I didn't realize we were in Lincoln County. Now we're entering Rockcastle County. Oh, I always wondered why that road, part of it would be paved and the rest would be gravel. Seemed like the Rockcastle County part of the road was paved first. Because I remember I used to cross that line and it'd be gravel all the time. Years back. Not too many years.
So this is
10, 15 years.
Counties?
Yeah, back up that way is Lincoln County. Now we're in Rockcastle County. I didn't realize it was that close.
You never knew that?
I didn't realize it was that close. This little part right up here might be part of the old Bishop home place. I'm not real sure. That might be where Doug Bishop lives. He might be the owner of it now. I'm not sure if that's his house. Well, yeah, name on the mailbox is Bishop. So that's probably it. Right there, Grace and Denver, my Uncle Denver, used to live in that house, I believe. Or one, it looked like that. I think there used to be a couple of them up this road. Similar in appearance. I thought the old Bishop place was this house up on the hill, but that might be mistaken. Who that was? This place has been farmed quite, looks pretty nice. I think that house right there is the house my mother was born in. Or maybe that right there is where Doug Bishop lives. Somebody said he built a new, no, I don't think that's a Roberts. Come back up here. White building on the left was Brummett's Grocery. Actually, the church up on the hill, this little white building here on the right used to be the church. That used to be the church right there. There's a cemetery again. There's the land my grandparents had. Looks like the old chicken coops fell in. Everything's grown up, nobody's lived in it for quite some time. Used to be a real nice fence right up through here. Right in that area right there was where the grapevines. Used to have a lot of grapevines.
Grapes.
Little building here next to the road, my Uncle Denver used to run a store out of that right there. Used to be a little country store. The road winds down up on ahead, turns back to the right, and goes back up. I know these pictures are going to be a little shaky. Me trying to drive and the house over there was built about 30 years ago. My dad bid on this farm, about 200 acres. He bid on it, didn't get it by just a few $100. Missed out.
Roadkill.
A nice little log house up on the hill. That's new. Well, we're about to enter back out on the 150 and we're going to head to Mount Vernon.
Perfect.